Hey everyone, welcome. Hey Witchy Nicole. Hey Tracy. Hey Raleigh. So I see the circus has returned to town. So, hey Wendy. So we're gonna start with Little Cuck Boy. So I hear he's extremely triggered tonight. And just to tell the cuck, no one cares. No one likes you, cuck. Why don't you get that through your skull? All right. So he's yelling and screaming about tariffs on his little excursions through town. And I've been seeing a lot of comments. Well, thank you, Wendy. So people are scared and running wild with this. Tariffs are going to ruin the country, and and the cuck is sitting here running with it. He's a dipshit. The cuck's a dipshit, taking whatever propaganda that he reads from these fear mongers, and he twists and turns it to fit his own agenda. Well, let's give cuck an education on tariffs. So, in the past, yeah, people have no patience, Wendy. And I mean, I have zero patience with the cuck. You know, it's beginning to show. So let me just educate the few that don't know what the history of tariffs are. All right. They worked in the past. All right. This was before the Kennedy administration. And did everyone know that these tariffs actually funded the over 50% of the federal budget? Did everyone know that? Over 50%. Now, the other 50% of the federal budget was like from taxes, like income taxes and this tax and that tax. But about over 50% came from duties on foreign goods. Now, then came the Kennedy rounds, which he began slashing tariffs. And, all right, JFK wasn't a perfect person. He wasn't a perfect president. He made a few mistakes along the way. All right. He was a man that, in my opinion, took control of his office and says, I'm the boss. You're not the boss to his military. Or three-letter federal agencies I will not name. And he may have been assassinated for it. All right. The corruption is real. I'm sorry, S. Hockett. Now I'm going to get to that. All right, S. Hockett? I'm going to get to that. Damn, 26,000? Now, when the Kennedy rounds started, they started slashing them, slashing the duties. Then, over like 10 years, countries like China, countries like Vietnam, they started dumping their cheap goods. Yep, Wendy, you're 100% right. If your company builds their product in the USA, there will be zero tariffs. Ding, ding. So Cuck doesn't even realize that. He's so stupid. If your company builds their product and distributes it in this country, there won't be a tariff on your goods. So what do you think that these foreign countries don't have tariffs on our goods? They absolutely do have duties on our goods that are exported to their countries because it prevents us from dumping on them. Now, what is dumping products? Now, I'm sure the intelligent people in my chat can understand what dumping is, but since the cuck is so stupid, I'm going to explain it to people like the cuck. All right. So, Eli, dumping means lowering the value of goods. So they can't, so they basically ruin the economy of the country that they're going to. So if you have ultra cheap goods, coming into the United States with countries that manipulate their currency at certain times, you got an issue. And that's another issue, S. Hockett. And that's another issue. They go to these countries for the cheap labor. They go to these countries for less regulations. Congress put in the tax code rewarding these companies for going overseas, leaving us with the short end of the stick. So Eli doesn't realize the two sides of the coin, which the smart people in my chat will, of course, understand. Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are, S. Hockett. But does Eli have any experience giving this information out? socket. I'd rather listen to someone that owns a business dealing with the situation than someone that sits and lives with his mommy and looks at communist propaganda. So what is happening is that the playing field is being evened out, balanced. Now, is it going to hurt a little bit at the store? Yeah. That's the sad part. You're going to pay a little more at the store for cheap products from some of these countries. All right. But the price will balance out to the American made product, the few that are still made here. So here's my advice to a business owner like S. Hockett. If you don't want to pay the tariff, do everything in your power to buy American goods. So you see, if you order from your catalog or wherever you order from, I don't know. I'm not a business owner, S. Hockett, all right? But if you see a product that's made in this country, buy that over the foreign made good on your list. So you won't be paying tariffs on that. That's a way around it. That's one way around it. Because there are some products that are still made here in the USA. You won't be paying extra. I do understand that some businesses are, what do you call it? Exotic. Let me give you an example of an exotic business, all right? So, an exotic business would be something called like a Chinese restaurant. Chinese food. Now they try to buy authentic products, for example. So they try to import from China for the food. So if they want to, okay, S. Hockett, that's fair. So if that business wants to not pay tariffs, they can say, okay, we're going to have to do a kickback here, and we're going to have to buy American rice for our business, or buy American-made chicken, or beef, or something like that, just to avoid the cost hikes. Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, these tariffs will have to pass the cost on to the consumer. It's how it works. Yeah, everything's going to work out. It's just fear mongering from the other side because they don't like who the American people elected. That's just how I see it. Yeah, S. Hockett, absolutely. This topic cannot be generalized to every single business out there. My advice to you, S. Hockett, is what I said before. Whenever possible, buy American, and you won't be and you'll be cutting costs. So, yeah. Hey, Queen. Yeah, that'll be a temporary setback for you, though. That'll be like temporary. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to be a little patient until they decide to manufacture it here. So, all right. I don't want to talk about this topic because it's a little touchy. So, I just wanted to educate people like Eli because he's so stupid and dense and petty. He wants to take a petty topic that he knows absolutely nothing about and sit there and throw it in everyone's face and get triggered while walking. You're an idiot, Eli. You always will be. Damn. Do I have to? Do we have to? Do we have to explain this to you in 3 different ways so you understand? Oh, the misinformation being spread by him. It's ridiculous. It's getting to the point where it's oh. So anything else he said, I'll probably take a look see. So no one really likes you, Eli. So it's no one takes you seriously. I took a look at his title. It says, "Oh, if you don't want us to help you, find someone else to help you." He's assuming everyone's mentally ill over here, so it's yeah, no problem, Asaka. You know, I'd rather hear from someone that is experiencing it firsthand than someone that does nothing. It hearsay. Yeah, yeah, he has no joy, Wendy. You know, I think he enjoys it. Perhaps he could move to Cuba, and it'll make him happy. He could spread what you call it, government propaganda. Wait a minute, they don't even have the internet in Cuba. They don't even allow Cuba. They don't even allow YouTube there. So, all right, all righty. Let's change the topic. So, last night, Natasha Cooper got clipped. All right. And I decided to take a full listen. It was a full 30 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I saw Darling Nikki in the tags, and I was like, oh dear, what's going on here? So I listened to the whole 30 minutes, and I was like, oh, brother. Hey, Kit, you're absolutely right. Okay, what do I mean by clipped? Okay, so Natasha. So, you know who the Clipper channel is, Wendy? So she clipped 30 minutes of one of Natasha's lives. So they're like small. There was a small portion of Natasha's live. So the complaint was Darling Nikki was whining for a few minutes about Natasha going live at the same time she does. All right, I thought that was pretty stupid. I'll just say it right here, right now. All right, I thought it was. I was like, huh? Okay, a clip channel, Wendy, is when someone goes through your live stream, picks something they want to talk about from your live stream, and they take like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and they add some commentary or something to it. That's a clip channel. Sometimes they don't add commentary at all, but that's what a clip channel is. It's called Clipper or whatever. Don't quote me on that, but so if there's any haters watching, and you want to screen record and send a copy to Natasha, I don't care. All right. I'm not here to drag Natasha Cooper. All right. So if you want to go that route and start trouble, go right ahead. Well, it depends, Wendy. You know, it depends. Well, in my opinion, a clip channel doesn't give you the whole story. They can just clip one thing, and they put their take. It's like a one-sided slant on an entire situation. That's just how I view it. There's no context to it. Oh, congratulations, Witchy Nicole. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, some do, Wendy, and I'm not a big fan of it depends. You know, if you're clipping someone as proof that they said something and did something, that's a different story. If you're trying to provide receipts for what someone did or said, that's a different story. But if you're just trying to clip something and trying to put a slant on it, that'll be 16 years, Wendy. It's up on my screen. So let's just get back to everything. So Witchy Nicole, not Witchy Nicole. So darling Nikki had a loss in her family. All right. You gotta cut her a little slack for the last few weeks. Okay. She got a little emotional about Natasha going live at the same time she does. And Natasha was explaining that she's not on anyone's schedule. I could see that, you know. And I think it was just a coincidence. All right. To be honest with you, I don't think Natasha puts in her mind. Well, this channel is going live, so let me go. So let me go live at the same time. No problem, Wendy. So I don't think Natasha does that. Because do you want to know why? Everyone knows from 3 years ago. All right. And before. All right. Do you think Natasha gives a shit? Do you think Natasha gives a fuck who's live and who's not? I don't think so. Hey, hell, she goes the same. She went live the same time Robbie what goes live. She doesn't sit there and say, "Oh, Robbie's live. I can't go live." She gets the itch to go live. She pushes the live button. She doesn't schedule things behind before. Yeah, Wendy, it's just how Natasha is. She doesn't. How do I say this? She doesn't give a shit. All right. Granted, she don't exactly follow terms of service. Okay, Nikki. Fair. All right. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure it's more than that, but I'm just commenting on her what she said. All right. I'm just commenting on what I heard. So I think it's actually ridiculous, to be honest with you. If that was the actual reason, Nikki. But of course, I think there's more to it. And of course, darling Nikki has a point here. All right, not for the reason some people may think. All right, yeah, of course, darling Nikki. I know. I already knew that. You go way back with her on Facebook. Absolutely, she probably doesn't remember. Okay, all right, yeah, she probably doesn't remember every single person on here. All right. But here was my problem with her. All right, with Natasha. All right, Robbie mentioned this woman named Natasha. That this on again, off again friendship. And I first came back to this community. I was like, who the fuck is Natasha Cooper? I never heard of her. She wasn't in this community when I was here, all right? Or she was just what do you call it? Cranking her channel up. So I typed her name in and hey Zen. So I type her name in, and I watched both sides of the so-called I hate Natasha crowd. And I listened to her, and she put a bad taste in my mouth. All right. It was like, and I just said to myself, this girl isn't my cup of tea. I wish her the best. It just seemed to me that she doesn't follow the rules. She don't give a shit. And when I started up my channel, I noticed that there was so many people going at Natasha Cooper. As it was, I didn't need to add myself to the list, I didn't have to become an I hate Natasha Cooper channel. You get what I'm saying? And I don't hate Natasha. I don't hate her. I just didn't like some of the things that she was doing at the time. You know? Yeah, Wendy, you're absolutely right. Yes, yes, I will, Nikki. Hold on. Just give me a second. La 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 la. All right, I dropped it in the chat. So yeah, so practically I just said, okay, she goes too far, and it's like I don't want to be a part of this. So I just and then the one day I went up on Robbie's panel and I said, "Oh, Natasha came up." So I was just nice. There was no reason for me to start a fight with Natasha. You get what I'm saying? She did nothing to me. It was, but it was Robbie's channel. It was Robbie's friendship with Natasha. It was none of my fucking business. It wasn't my place to sit there and be an asshole on Robbie's panel. So I just went on my channel and just talked about it. And she called me a phony fuck and started getting lies in her inbox and started blabbing her mouth. And that's where the lie came from, where I beat my mommy up. So that's what actually happened. And Amy does know where it fucking came from. All right. Hey, Nikki.
Hey, hey everybody. Oh, um, yeah, so I just wanted to address the Natasha thing.
Oh, no problem.
So I understand, I'm so sorry, Belle, for what you're going through. I mean, I know the feeling, and I know a lot of people do, and that is absolutely heartbreaking, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. But this Natasha situation, I know that if people are hearing what I've said and what she has said, of course, it does seem like I'm throwing a temper tantrum because of her going live at the same time as
Yeah,
I am.
it seemed to me when I was listening to it, it was like petty. I said,
Yeah.
what the fuck?" And I was like laughing. It's like,
Well, yeah, because that's what I was ranting about. I did. I went off on a big rant about that. It was something that I noticed. So I was clocking it for about a week and a half. And I was like, this fucking cunt. However, there's other things. Okay. That bitch, her and I, we've never liked each other. So we've already had it out before she left. Like, I don't know when, but it was like maybe 2 years ago. I finally she wouldn't panel up with me. She would never, ever fucking do it because she doesn't have the balls to do it. Okay.
well,
Finally, I caught the bitch.
I'll just agree with you on that. She does have the balls.
Not with me, she doesn't.
However, I think she views you as a nobody. So
Oh,
she
I
just
promise. Well, I disagree with that, Bill, because she fucking ran off of when I did catch her on a panel, when she was on someone else's panel, um, running her mouth. I don't know what she was talking about. I don't remember, but the link was pinned and I took the link and she didn't realize I was going up there and there I was and ran her ass straight off that fucking panel.
whoa.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the clip and I'm gonna play because she's out here. She's denying it. No, because she actually made that comment. She said no one's ever run me off of a panel, and I said, "Fuck you, you lying bitch." Yes, that has happened, and somewhere I do have the clip. But anyways, I already know this bitch from Facebook. She's a fucking snake, and she did some snake shit to Jen Lu. And
Ooh.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. I'm not sitting here proclaiming that she's Jesus or she's a
is my
saint.
mic going out?
No, you're fine.
Okay, but that's possibly why she she doesn't like me. She has not. Her and I have not got along since day one, since she came onto this platform. And that's fine because she's friends with Robbie, and I respect Robbie, and I
Yeah.
respect his friendship. So it was whatever. And the only time that I ever spoke to her was when Robbie, when he relapsed and he was kind of going crazy that one night, and we were trying to get a hold of him, and she, this bitch, she ran to him and she literally took credit for everything I did. And
Oh
at the time
wow.
I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Oh yeah, calling the hotel or whatever he was at. All of the things that I was doing that I did actually, she was taking credit for. She said it on her. Like I was in shock. I was like, this bitch, I can't believe she's actually okay, whatever. And I let that go because I don't care about that. To me, that's petty. I don't need credit like that. But she's a fucking snake and she knows she's a fucking snake. And for her, first of all, when she came back, I was like, okay, I'm going to try this again. Now I'm going to try and be fucking civilized. And I'm just going to clean slate. So I go in her chat. I already saw the bitch had an attitude with me. I was like, okay, that's when she was doing the Miss Portland pictures, whatever, which I'm on her side about. And I've
Yeah.
tried, you know.
Yeah, because sometimes I will give Natasha Cooper credit. All right. Sometimes I do agree with her. All right.
I agree with a lot of her. Some of like there is a lot, with the whole Noodle Mash thing, absolutely. But she, how it started this time? I was, and let me tell you something, by the way. When she came back, again, I was like, clean slate. I'm just going to put everything in the past and I'm just going because I saw her on Robbie's live doing this paranormal video that she made. She filmed. And I said to Robbie, I was like, wow, like she sounds like she's totally changed. She sounds like a nice person. Like not that, you know what I mean? Like she just sounded different and more approachable and just like I don't know. She just seemed like a better person than she was prior. She wasn't hostile, is what I'm trying to say. So that's what I thought. I was like, oh, that's cool, right? Like whatever. So when she actually came back, that's where I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna bring up anything. I'm just gonna go in with everybody else, and I'm whatever. And I did, and I knew she had a fucking problem with me because there were a couple times in that stream where I had made like tagged her in something, and she wouldn't address me. And I was like, okay, that's cool, it's fine, no big deal. And anybody who's been in my chat can verify multiple times when I was live, when she would go live, I would stop my live so people could go over and listen to
Mm-hmm.
her. But one night, I'm not going to name names, but one night she was talking about Noodle Mash. And I said to everybody, I said, I'm going to end this. So you guys, or we, because I was going to go over too and listen. I said, we can go over and, listen to Natasha. And
Yeah,
that was
because
something that had,
a few times I was over there listening.
yeah. So I would do that because I thought like people would want to go and I don't have a problem with that. So, but there was this one night that there was a few people in my chat that said absolutely not. They didn't want to go over there and they weren't going to go over there. And I said, okay, well, fine. I'll just, you know what? I said, whoever wants to go over to Natasha's, just go over. It's fine. Like go over and listen to her and go on her chat. But I'm going to stay here. I'll just restream her. And the few people that don't want to be in Natasha's chat can just hang out here with me. And there was literally like 30 people left who just stuck around. Everybody else went over to Natasha's. I thought that was fine. I was like, okay, cool. Right. I'll just restream her and I'll give my commentary, which I was pretty much agreeing with everything that she said. And there was this one part where she was talking to her granddaughter. I even commented on that. I was like, oh my God, like she's a totally different person when she talks to her little one there. And it's adorable. It was adorable the way that she just goes from raging at Noodle Mash to like she talks to her little granddaughter and she's a completely different person. So I was giving commentary, and now most people wouldn't even this fucking bitch. The next time she went live, she thought I honestly don't know what this bitch was thought when she thought she was going to call me out like that. But she did. But she didn't say my name. But what she said was somebody was restreaming me, and she specifically said because people don't want to come in my chat. When she started that shit right there, I knew she was gunning for me right then and there. I was like, oh, here we fucking go with this bitch.
Because the part I watched, the 30-minute clip from the Clipper channel, you know who she is, right?
Oh, I've heard of the channel, yeah.
Yeah. So I was watching a 30-minute clip last night of Natasha, and she claims that I think it was Cole. They went into Natasha's and went after Becca Chu.
Cole.
Saying you're in the wrong chat or something like that. And I'm like, what?
I know Retro is running back and forth doing it. I mean, they were trying to get in on that whole situation between Natasha and I, and I'm not out here trying to hate on with anybody. So I think I know what you're talking about because I remember Becca Chu was like, what the fuck? Like somebody called her out and I saw that and I was thinking, okay, that's crazy because I have many times when Natasha, if I'm live and she's gone live, and I know that people want to go over there because there's more people in her chat, of course, and I'll tell them like, hey, Natasha's live. If anybody wants to go over, I'm not going to be offended, and I'm not. And I've actually ended my streams, but there was just that one night. And S Hawk, it does make a good point when she says, and I noticed this too. It was last night. I was listening to Natasha, and I heard, or I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but somebody told Natasha that Tiffany was restreaming her. That fucking bitch didn't say shit.
From what I heard, this is what doesn't Natasha hate Tiffany?
Yeah, she does. Her last night's title had flashlights in it, and I'm like, okay, bitch, listen here. If you think that you're gonna start fucking poking the bear, bitch, look, don't. Because I will dig up the fucking bones of her bullshit on Facebook. And you guys will all see what the fuck she was. You want to talk about doxing children? The bitch doxed someone's whole goddamn family to me and a few other admins in a Facebook group that she didn't even fucking know. You know what this is okay. I'm not gonna even say it. I'm gonna wait and see what her next move is. But let that bitch fucking say my name and see if I don't bring all of it out. I'll bring people too, but just show exactly what the fuck she did. She's doing background checks on this, probably more people, but she did some shit.
Just
okay?
Like I thought, Witchy, it says I heard a few clips where Natasha's cussing out Tiffany, and
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not cool with each other.
But she lets her stream her, but she's gonna call me out.
Yeah,
I had
because
nothing bad to say about her up until she did that. Even though I knew. Now here's the problem with Natasha though, is she's done so much bullshit that she probably doesn't remember exactly what the fuck she told me. She didn't even remember that I was one of the fucking admins of the group in a group chat, that she was just
yeah,
dropping all of
because
this
okay,
information. No, this is a few years ago when she came here. She didn't even realize that.
so what she said on her live stream was that the first time Robbie went relapse, he added her to a group chat with you and
Oh, no, 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 no.
Face Amy,
Yeah. No,
and
that's true. Yes, no, that's true. And I knew when I was in that chat that she didn't remember me. She didn't remember me. So I thought, okay, whatever. All right.
Tiffany, go fuck yourself.
What?
We're
Oh,
not
fuck
talking
her.
about you.
But I don't know if she didn't remember me or she was just, I don't know. I don't know if she was just acting because Natasha. But I didn't say anything at the time. I was like, okay, because I was more concerned with Robbie and what was going on with him. This is a few years ago. But now she, like I said, now, I mean, right from the jump, she immediately let it be known to me she had a problem with me. And I ignored the first few fucking passive aggressive bullshit remarks that were coming out of her mouth
So so so
because
so,
I'm trying to.
so Natasha hates me. I don't give a shit. You know?
Well, I was just trying to have respect for the
Yeah.
mutual subscribers. Like I'm thinking, okay, do I really want to get into this with Natasha because we have the same people. And
Yeah.
I said behind the scenes, I was like, I'm not, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. But this fucking bitch actually finally said my name, and I was like, okay, cunt, no.
This is just how I view it. If people want to go over to Natasha's, that they are interested in a topic she's talking about, all the power to them.
What?
If okay, so if Natasha goes live and she's talking about a topic that interests them, let's just give an example. Suppose she's talking about noodle trash.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So some of the people that are subscribed to us go over to Natasha's and go over to listen, right?
Yeah.
Who are we to say don't go over there?
No, here's the thing though. Natasha is far more animated than I am. She puts on a more like of a spectacular, I guess, type show, or you know what I mean? Like her personality is I can't even think of a word, but more appealing, I guess. Like she really, she, as opposed to me, who I just, run my mouth. So if I understand that, people would want to go over there, and that's fine. I've never been the type of person that would, get pissed off. However, when I started, okay, so when she first came back, I don't know if anybody here noticed, she was doing her lives at in between
Okay, hold on.
7 and 9. No,
That's
no.
okay, Sofa. We're being fair to everybody. All right.
What happened?
Oh, Sofa's saying I love NC, so I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, most people do. That's what.
Yeah, we're not here dragging and
No,
here.
I'm not. Well, I'm just talking about me and her personally. Like,
Yeah.
So when she first started, when she first came back, she was doing her lives at between like 6 or 7 and like 9, 10. And I mean, I noticed that. But there was like a week and a half recent, just this past week and a half. Well, maybe it started about 2 weeks ago. And I'm not kidding you. I would go live, and within 10 minutes, she would go live and she would be talking about the same thing I was talking about. And not only that, she was specifically sending people over to my chat to get people to go over there. And she was texting people behind the scenes. Some of them were on my panel while they were on my fucking panel. So when people say, oh, I'm throwing a temper tantrum because people are going over there, there's a lot more to it. Okay, that's fucking disrespectful. And she knew what she was doing. The people that she was messaging obviously didn't realize. I fucking know exactly what she was doing. She wasn't, it's not that she needs anybody, she doesn't need any more uh, subscribers or people in her chat. We know this, okay? She's not looking for that. She's just doing this to piss me off. That's all this is. It's not.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that she's trying to steal my subscribers or anything. No, she doesn't care about that. She knows that people are going to go over there anyway. She's not at like she has double, triple that I have. So it's not about that. She's just poking, and it's like her fucking passive aggressive bullshit way of trying to piss me off, and it is pissing me off because I'm like, bitch, listen. I've been trying to be civilized with you, and you won't fucking, you keep fucking doing your fuck shit.
Why can't, this is the thing, Natasha, why can't you just be let things go? I'm trying to, this is what I'm trying to do with Natasha. All right. I don't like a lot of the things that Natasha did in the past either. But
I actually wanted her to come back. I told Robbie that. I was like, I want Natasha. We need Natasha to come back. I used to say that to him.
But at the same time, I'm trying to be civil.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight with Natasha. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's difficult because she has a way of, becoming very aggressive and turning people, you know what I mean? Like she does do that. And it's uncomfortable. I mean, so I understand what you're saying. I don't want anybody to get in the middle of anything. That's why I didn't say anything for the longest time, just because I'm like, I don't want anybody to get in the middle of it. But, she said my name one time. Then there was another time after that where she fucking said she specifically said that she saw me in her chat when she first came back. I think she said it was her first live back. And she said, I don't like the bitch and I ain't never liked her. And I was like, oh.
Well, I could see. Okay, but here's the thing that she said in that clip. And I agree with her on that point. She couldn't stand Amy.
No. She was talking specifically about me.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing she said about you and Amy. All right, this is the reason why she don't like you, is because that you sat there and put up with their bullshit for so long.
Is that what she's telling people?
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Because Amy wasn't around in 2015 when she was dropping all Jen Lou's information in a fucking Facebook chat. This has nothing to do with Amy. So she's, like I said, if you're expecting the truth to come out of her mouth, you'll be waiting a long time. It's got nothing to do with Amy at all. Because she herself didn't have a fucking problem with Amy at one time. And she's friends with Robbie, and Robbie was friends with Amy just actually longer than I was. So how is she going to explain that? She's going to say that she doesn't like me because I was friends with Amy. Well, so was Robbie.
Yeah. So you
for
can't
longer.
Really, so she's cherry picking, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly what she's doing. And Amy's name never even came up when she said that. Amy has nothing to do with this situation at all, surprisingly. This was all very recently when I was, running my mouth about her. She was responding to that. No, Sarah, honestly, Amy has nothing to do with any of this. And when she said that...
So Natasha wants to group me with Amy.
Oh, Bill. Okay, I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah, I'm talking about me.
Oh, I thought Sarah.
If she wants to group me with Amy, that's fine. My relationship with Amy wasn't always hunky dory, so it was like a back and forth type of friendship. It was like 1 minute we loved each other, then the next we hated each other, type of thing.
So she's had her fair share of back and forth friendships herself. So I mean,
yeah,
it's not really. It's kind of hypocritical to say that when she herself has been friends with people and then not being friends with them. You can't really. I think it would be very hypocritical.
And then there was like long pauses of silence in between. You get what I'm saying, Nikki?
Yeah. No, but when she said, I don't like the bitch and I ain't never liked her, she was specifically talking about me. That's when she was dragging me. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, hold on a minute. Because like literally 5 minutes ago, you were telling people you didn't even know who I was. No, you fucking know who I am.
Yeah, because she had implied that you were like a nobody on here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, she wishes I was.
And she didn't even know who the fuck you were. And I'm like,
Oh yeah?
really?
Natasha Cooper fucking knows good and goddamn well I'm not a nobody on here, and she knows exactly who the fuck I am. I listen to her lives, catch me. Honestly, I do. I mean, many times, like I said, when she came back and I was live, I would say I'm stopping my live so we can go over and watch Natasha or listen to Natasha. Like I enjoy listening to her. I have no shame in it in saying that. And so I understand the appeal. But what I'm pissed off about is what is my issues, like the issues between her and I. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, and here's a disclaimer.
Thank you, catch me.
Everyone knows Natasha has no boundaries. She's nasty. She can be nasty. She don't give a fuck, as I said before.
Well, Natasha's here's the problem with Natasha. She actually believes that she's the queen,
Yeah.
right? And she can't she will never accept that anybody would challenge her. Like just the way she runs her fucking mouth, which is always it's literally like she's like a broken record with the shit that comes out of her mouth. And that's if you anybody who challenges her, all you're ever going to hear from her is her fucking running her dumbass mouth saying the same fuck shit, stupid shit. You know what? And it's unnecessary. She didn't have to do the shit she started doing this. Like she came back looking for a fucking fight.
Yeah, we
And
all
I don't know
know.
why she thought I was going to say nothing about it because I've never stayed quiet to her before.
But here, let's be real. You know, we all know Natasha's not an angel. None of us are, but it is what it is.
No, I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't care. Like I said, I still listen to her, and I do agree with a lot of the things that she says. She does make good points, and
Yeah.
I think that she's calling out um, people who need to be called out, like Noodle Mash for one.
Yeah.
And the difference between me calling out Noodle Mash and Natasha calling out Noodle Mash, and the reason that Natasha does it better is because she knows a hell of a lot more about Noodle Mash than I do, and that whole situation. She
Mm-hmm.
knows more about it. So, when she's doing it, fuck yeah, I do listen because I don't know, I don't even know 1/10 of what she knows.
Oh, and remember when Trisha got the audio from the court?
Yeah.
Well, at least Trisha proved that Noodle lied about
Yeah.
Natasha in court. She tried to portray, so Noodle tried to portray Natasha as her behavior in court
Oh,
as
I
making it
know.
all about her and her channel. And that never
Yeah.
fucking happened.
No, no, it didn't. I listened to that too. Natasha was just trying to explain the dynamics of the how she knew about what was going on. Yeah, I know. I heard about that, or I listened to that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
So you decided to so Noodle decided to lie about Natasha, and now she wonders why Natasha's pissed off at her.
Well, I think here's the thing is in that situation, Noodle lied a lot about what happened in court. And she didn't, I don't think Noodle actually ever believed for a second that Trisha was actually going to get the fucking recording and play it. And that's when she started threatening Trisha by saying that she was going to put her in jail, all this fucking bullshit.
Oh
And
yeah, that
so
bullshit.
she got proven to be a liar because I did hear Natasha on that, and um, she did her best. I mean, she said, I think it was last night or the night before. I didn't know this, but Natasha said she literally only had like 2 days notice. to be there for Mrs. Portland, so she didn't have enough time to do anything. And yeah, she did. I know she did her best. I mean, I would never take that away from her. But Noodle Mash is definitely like. I'll just say this: everything I've heard Natasha say about Noodle Mash is 100% accurate.
Yeah, it's like Noodle tried to portray herself as this. Oh, she's against bullying. She's against this. She's against that. But
No, she's not.
the rules apply to everyone else but her.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she can go. Noodle can go real life. She can bash people's kids. She can, but don't have everyone else can't do that.
Well,
she picks her favorites and they can do it, but it's like, can you even take Noodle seriously anymore?
No. Fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
I could never take her seriously. I've never liked her at all. And the one thing Natasha was talking about when she says that Noodle Mash came to YouTube basically following. She did follow. Listen, and I've said this before. Some of you may have heard it. When this started, when this started becoming a thing, I went over to Noodle Mash's channel because she was saying, how she didn't follow Mrs. P here, that she had her channel longer, blah blah blah.
Blah,
So
blah, blah. Yeah.
yeah. So out of curiosity, I went over to Noodle Mash's channel. I scrolled all the way down. Now we all know if just because you have a YouTube channel from fucking 2010, that doesn't mean that you're actively participating in a community. My mother had a fucking YouTube channel, but she never chatted anywhere. So
I was here like two years after YouTube started. But
yeah.
I wasn't participating.
Yeah, exactly. It's like my mom had a channel when YouTube first started. I made my first channel. My mother would watch like fucking Knots Landing and young, all that shit. Young and the Restless.
Because you know what I used to do, Nikki?
What?
I used to come on here. I used to come on YouTube, and I used to watch reruns of the Golden Palace and the Golden Girls.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I used to stick in headphones and used to watch the Golden Girls and all that and other shows. I even watched Mama's Family.
My mom used to watch that, but so yeah, so that's what Noodle Mash's defense was, right? That she was here first. Bitch, no the fuck you weren't, because I scrolled all the way down, and the very first two. I actually don't remember if they were live streams or pre-recorded videos. It doesn't matter. The very first videos that she ever did, she was addressing Mrs. Portland, and here's what she was saying. She came on here, and her first videos were of her talking to Mrs. Portland, but she was being like, she was doing that thing where she's pretending that she's trying to give Mrs. Portland advice, but she's also being passive aggressive and condescending.
Oh, absolutely.
So she was doing that. So I saved those videos because I wanted to do a commentary on them. So I actually downloaded those two videos. And then when this whole thing with the restraining order started happening, she made those videos. She removed 22 or 21 or 22 videos off of her channel, because I have a screen recording of me scrolling through all of her thumbnails. Like you could see them all. And then there's a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I called her, like when I called her out for that, I said, bitch, you followed her here. And here's what I think happened. Now we know.
No, she didn't follow. Okay. This is what happened, Nikki. You're a little off on that. She was actually called here.
By who?
I'm not going to say publicly.
Well, I'll tell you my theory is that.
No, what happened was there was a problem with Mrs. Portland. Someone decided to find someone in a real life or whatever to have a talk. And and they got a hold of, guess who? Noodle.
I don't know about that, Bill, honestly, because this is what I've thought. My theory has always been, it's just a theory, okay? I have no proof.
Admitted it, actually.
Okay, well, if it came from her, then I don't believe it 100% at all. This is what I think happened. Well, no, I'll tell you what I think happened, Bill. I think, we know how Mrs. P is, right? I think Mrs. P found her way into this community through Natasha, I believe it was. And she started making friends and, started interacting with people and probably posted it on her Facebook. Now, we know there's a very good chance that Noodle Mash and Mrs. Portland probably have mutual friends. Somehow I think it got back to Noodle Mash, and so she came here to see what the fuck Mrs. Portland was up to. And she came
That's a
here.
good possibility too.
I, regardless of whether she came here that way or what you said, the fact is Noodle Mash came to this platform specifically because of Mrs. Portland. That's why she came here.
Yep.
And
I don't believe for 1 minute that she came to this drama community, this toxic drama community, on her own.
she didn't. I have the videos to prove it. Because her very first videos that she ever put out was her addressing Mrs. P, and she was talking, she was telling, basically, she was trying to portray herself as trying to give Mrs. P some quote friendly advice, and also letting people, like, she was clout chasing. She
Yeah.
knew that Mrs. P had made a decent number of friends and had been on panels and things like that, and she came out here and she specifically was mentioned that she knew Mrs. P in real life, and she talked about how they lived in the same complex, and she talked, and these all of this was said in the first two videos that she ever fucking put out.
But she also, but I think Noodle also knew that Mrs. Portland made a lot of enemies too.
But yes, and I think that she came here
on it.
because that's exactly what she did. Is she wanted to be a part of this community, and she knew that Mrs. P had enemies, and that's why she came here, because she knew that she could hate bond with them. I think she's always had a problem with Mrs. P in real life.
I think it was jealousy.
I don't know what the fuck her problem is, but she deleted she made those videos private, and she made a total of, I don't know if it was 21 or 22, I'd have to check, but yeah, that's what she did, because she's a fucking snake. And she made it seem like, oh, I was here first, but I've had my channel since. Bitch, listen.
Who cares who was first?
But this was when Mrs. P had her channel, her original channel, and I compared the dates of who started doing videos first, and Mrs. P beat her by a long shot. But Mrs. P doesn't have that channel anymore, so there's no way to compare. But I can compare it because I have the fucking the screen recordings. Because I was curious, like, what the hell's going on with these two? Like, what?
Hey, Don. Hey, everyone that came in. Yeah, Don K was a mod for Mrs. Portland. So,
wait, what did Don say?
So she's an old mod of Mrs. P, and told me that she was excited that that Noodle Mash was on this platform.
She probably was, because Mrs.
She probably was until until they had their little fight.
Because Noodle Mash knows how to trigger Mrs. P.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
That's what she did. So when Natasha was talking about that, like, I wish I could have commented in her chat, because I would have said, I'll send you the fucking videos, but she hates me, so I couldn't do that. But I can verify that that's exactly what happened. Those videos are now private, and that's when she got the temporary restraining order that she made those videos private.
Yeah, and I will say that Mrs. Portland was out of control. She did earn that order. She did earn that anti-stalking order. However, that order is being abused, in my opinion.
Noodle Mash should have shut the fuck up as soon as she got it, but she didn't, because she's using Mrs. P as a cash cow. And we know that that's what she does. She's a pay-per-use bitch, is what she is.
Yeah, because at first when Noodle arrived, it was like, oh, they're like giving each other hugs, nice to see ya. And then I think it was like a few weeks later, that only lasted like a few weeks, and then they were at each other's throats.
Yeah, and then what happened? Noodle Mash started getting a bunch of subscribers.
Yeah,
and all of the people that didn't like Mrs. P.
And then she runs over to Natasha Cooper, and it was like, okay, where are all the Natasha? Where are all the Mrs. Portland haters? So
That's
that,
what she did. Crafts my ass. Hi, Shelly.
yeah, I agree with you, Dawn. I agree with you 100%. Did you ever hear the saying they're both wrong?
Yes, and I think that, and like they say, two wrongs don't make a right. And Noodle got that restraining order, and I listened to that court. I was disgusted. I couldn't believe that judge should be fucking ashamed of herself. Number one, but anyways, but when she got that restraining order, that's when Noodle should have shut her mouth. But the fuck, she didn't.
She
She
abused.
kept
She
poking and
abused it.
poking.
She
Yeah.
abused that order.
And she's a fucking liar. She's not afraid of anything. She was bragging about going to that concert. And look, if you have a stalker that you're so afraid of, or you're so afraid that somebody else is gonna show up and attack you because of Mrs. P, then why the fuck are you telling people where you're gonna be and when you're gonna be there?
Yeah, and Mrs. Portland's not going to get a ride down there.
It's a lie. She knows it's a fucking lie. And you know what else? When I was talking about it, and I said that I understood why she got the restraining order, or the stalking order, and I understand it because the way that Mrs. P was talking, like it's not. It's. I mean, there's a chance somebody could feel sorry for Mrs. P and be like target uh, Noodle Mash in real life. Like that could happen. It's not likely, but it could happen. So I understood why she got it. But it was her behavior after that made me look side eye her like, you're making it worse. Like now you're just running your mouth for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and then and it's like begging for money, and then inciting people to go after Mrs. P when she explicitly tells people not to go after Mrs. Portland.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing, but here's the
I
thing.
just
Here's the
didn't
thing, Nikki.
Natasha play a video last night. Natasha played a clip, and I wanted to fucking clip this too because I've never heard this before. But Noodle, I don't know where this clip is from, but it was a clip, and Noodle said it was a clip of Noodle Mash, and she said, "Words matter." Where she went on the spiel about how what you say matters, and I thought to myself, "Oh, really? Why don't you fucking tell that to Amber? Because you have a different opinion now. Now, when it's you who's in the hot seat, running your fucking mouth about Amber, and you're talking about, oh, you didn't incite anything. Oh, it doesn't apply to you, but it applies to everybody else."
Mm-hmm.
I thought that clip was very interesting.
Because I had to think of because one day I did a live talking about the new laws in Scotland, and CJ decides to cry that someone made a criminal complaint against her for hate speech.
Oh, what?
So what happened was Scotland changed their hate crime laws.
Oh, okay.
So I was covering that, and I was telling CJ, you better watch your mouth
Good night, Shelly.
because if you don't watch your mouth, you could get arrested.
Yeah.
So some sub got the bright idea to according to CJ, I don't believe a word CJ says, by the way. She never showed any proof. That claim that someone in her country actually called the police on her.
What? Oh, was that when she filmed it?
I don't know.
Because I remember that there was a situation where she filmed police officers apparently in her apartment, and then someone else came out and said that was an old clip or something. I don't know though.
But I had a really thing. This is me. Did I incite?
What?
No, I had to do some self reflection. Even though I
Oh,
had even though I had a banner at the bottom of my screen, don't go real life on people.
well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not condoning it. I'm not encouraging it.
Listen, I'll say some shit myself. You already know that. But I make it clear, like, this is me speaking. And I speak for myself. But, most of the people in this community, they're adults. But I mean, I guess there's different tiers to that, right? Like, if you're just saying somebody's give for like me, for example, if I'm just giving my opinion on someone or saying by something that I've heard that they've said, if I'm responding to something, that's I think one thing. But when you're doing some shit like Noodle Mash is out here talking about Amber, which I'm not going to repeat the things that she said because they're so disgusting. She has no possible way of knowing anything about Amber or her life, and she shouldn't even be bringing. There's no reason for her to even just be discussing the things that she was discussing. That's inciting shit.
Yeah, I was just talking about the law and in Scotland from a news broadcast. No intent. And I was just saying, CJ, you better stop bullying people on their sexual orientation.
But she shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, and that could be considered hate speech or hate crime in Scotland now.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty universal.
And someone had the bright idea to call the cops, according to CJ, which CJ has no credibility anyway.
Yeah, but you know what? In a situation like that, Bill, um, if she said it and you're not telling people private information, you're telling people what's public about the laws of Scotland.
Yeah.
So if somebody hears what you say and thinks, "Oh, wait a minute," and then they call, that's not on you.
Mm-hmm.
She should know the laws of her country. She should know. Well, I mean, it doesn't need to be illegal. It's wrong to say. So she shouldn't have said the shit.
Well, I did say that what she was doing on YouTube was wrong
It
and
is.
pointing
Well,
out
she's saying
examples,
shit like,
but
well, if she's being homophobic or transphobic or whatever, I mean, yeah, it's not okay.
that was the point. I said anyone can file a complaint.
And they can.
But she never even showed a damn shred of evidence that an officer showed up.
Oh, she didn't. Okay, I thought you were talking to, because there was one, and I remember people were like, "No, that's an old clip or some shit." But
Of course, it probably was an old clip. Do you think CJ is going to show proof of anything?
no, Sally, Marie, what the fuck did Marie do?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm have
Marie.
been in a
Okay,
fucking
so Marie
phase.
21 and CJ hate each other.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Sally Ann's now licking CJ's asshole. So Sally's going after Marie 21 for CJ. It's
Wait, what attack?
who knows.
Because I heard some clips about Sally Ann threatening Robbie.
Oh, she does that all the time.
So how the fuck are you gonna sit there? I don't understand. Like people crawl up my ass all the time for the shit I say. Yeah, I do say a lot of shit, but I don't fucking sit on my panel and tell people I did the shit, or I don't give ultimatum. Like, I mean, what the fuck? She literally, and who called? Somebody apparently called a Wild Scott's job, or I don't know if that's true or not. But I heard.
Yeah, Noodle actually admitted that she did it.
Oh, and that's fine.
Of course, that's perfectly sane and appropriate behavior according to Noodle. No, her excuse was I wouldn't want her treating a mentally ill person. So she called the nursing board in Scotland or something.
Wow. And they all lost their fucking minds when Mel said that, which I didn't do that. I never did anything like that. I'm still waiting to hear the follow up of that shit.
Oh, so wait a minute. Catch me. So Sally and her husband were supposedly attacked this weekend at the car boot.
Oh.
And so they put two and two together in their drunken minds.
No, it was probably Sally's big fucking mouth. That's probably what happened.
That's probably what happened. It was her big mouth. And then they put two and two together and they blame Marie 21.
Oh,
Their intelligence just amazes me.
I know.
Just like what's their name? Retro. Yesterday I went live at 3 a.m. after you got off.
Yeah.
Retro decided to say, "Oh well, we all know it was Nikki who called CPS on Amber."
Oh yeah, of course.
And I'm like, with what evidence? What does Nikki have to gain?
You know what? That's a typical Amy move. Like she'll throw that shit in people's ears. She's trying to cause fights and she wants a response. I can't. I'm sorry, but she is so fucking. They're all retro Amy and them. They're so fucking beneath me with this bullshit. Like I can't. I don't even have a response to that.
Yeah,
Amy knows she did it.
it was either Amy or she had someone do it.
Yeah.
Either or. Amy's still guilty, so they did it together in their little chat. So in
I
my
know Amy
mind,
was
they're all
behind
guilty.
it. Amy's done it to other people, so
Yeah, Sally Ann sits there and with her big mouth, and it probably got her into freaking trouble.
okay.
That's my take on it. Oh, I don't
If you're,
believe it either. Catch me. I don't believe it either. Oh, Marie 21's big and bad went to
I agree with
wherever
you.
she was and decided to jump her. Oh, please. I don't buy it.
The way if she talks in real life the way she talks online, yeah, that's probably her mouth.
Yeah. Nikki, I have can you tell people what would happen in real life if someone would disrespected someone like this? Where would they end up?
What? I'm sorry.
So if someone acted like Sally Ann or one of these Karens in real life, where would that end? Where would they end up?
In a fucking ER.
Thank you.
In the back of a fucking ambulance. I mean,
It's like you have a similar culture than New York, Nikki,
yeah,
in a way. It's like
it is. Toronto's very Americanized, and I promise you, that's not the kind. She could not. I don't know if she talks like that in real life. To be honest with you, I don't. It would be shocking to me. I feel like Sally Ann is just one of those people that runs her fucking mouth. That bitch looks like she's auditioning, just like Tiffany. Like they're auditioning for Young and the Restless. The theatrics are just ridiculous.
yeah, it's just like some of these people amaze me. It's like, do they act like this in real life? I'm surprised they're still with us.
It's true, Tim.
Yeah,
If some bitch ever came in front of my face with that mouth, I can't say in detail what would happen, but I promise you, I would come for them and I would bring hell with me.
so Sally, did you call the cops? Where's your police report?
What was supposedly happened? Like, what supposedly happened? Was there a fight?
Yeah,
Did she whip her
supposedly she
tits
claims
out? Like, what happened?
I think she was what was it? Catch me. What are those things called in England? She went to sell her crafts and
For boot sale?
yeah, boot sale or whatever.
You know what probably happened is she probably got mixed up. Thought it was a boob sale. Showed her fucking boobs and got fucking cracked upside her head. It's exactly catch me. I might lose, but I'll go down swinging. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, because yeah, my point exactly. It's just, and she didn't call the cops.
That's a lie.
Yeah, but they have no problem calling the cops or
And
social services
and
on
here's the thing
Amber.
too. This what's interesting about that situation. I just realized this is so England for sure. I don't know about the rest of the UK, but I know for sure England is I think the top one of if not if not at the top, but one of the 5 top cities in the entire world that has the most CCTV cameras. They're fucking everywhere in England.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Isn't the UK the capital of CCTV?
I swear it is. So if some shit went down, why wouldn't out in public? At a public event? Of course they would have proof.
Yeah. Or at least the police would have it.
Yeah.
But
okay, first of all, you know what? I have a feeling that Marie 21 wouldn't have to send anybody. She'd go herself.
yeah, she'd go herself. She's come on.
I don't feel like Marie would send anybody. Marie would probably strikes me as the type of person that would fucking go herself. She would want her to know it was her.
Yeah, doesn't that sound like one of
Oh my god, Lady A. Look at Lady A's comment. Are you onto something there, Lady A? I believe yes.
Come on, doesn't that sound like a conspiracy theory?
Sounds like bullshit.
Something way out there.
This is the same woman who was talking about my fucking vagina for some ungodly reason. Like,
yeah,
like why? What's wrong with this woman?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and if you did get jumped, Sally Ann, maybe you need to learn the lesson to keep your mouth shut. Really, that's if.
Did she get attacked, or did someone just tell her off?
Who knows? Who knows?
She doesn't understand a lot, when you speak to her. It's crazy too because she speaks, I mean, pretty much the King's English, right? So she understands actual English, but she doesn't. Her comprehension is like really fucked up.
It's like low IQ,
Mm-hmm.
It's
an entrepreneur. Can she even spell that? Like, I don't think she can.
She doesn't understand simple concepts, very well. Oh, that's possible, Queen, Oh, I think they can. I think they. Oh, yes, they can, Bernie. Oh, yes, they can.
That's I think they're really strict over there.
The UK, they can. Here in the US, it's still considered the First Amendment, unfortunately.
Yeah, I actually said how here we don't have freedom of speech. And Sally Ann thought that she was going to fucking do a mic drop and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, that Canada does have free speech. I'm like, bitch, do not try and school me on my own country. Because we don't have free speech what she was responding to was me talking about I think it was the First Amendment, and how you guys can say these things, and you guys Americans can say things that we can't say here in Canada.
Well, you have free speech to a point in Canada, but there's limits. There's more limits in Canada.
Yeah. We have what is it called? Freedom of expression. We don't have technically freedom of speech. We can't call people like the N-word or racial slurs or homophobic slurs.
Isn't that considered harassment in Canada?
Well, I mean, yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be. But I mean, in the commission of crime, like if you're arguing,
they group that under a different. They probably put that under the harassment statute, or
no, actually, there is a completely different section of the Canadian the Criminal Code of Canada that specifically deals with hate crimes.
Oh, okay.
And so saying the words, just saying them, you're not going to get in trouble. You might get your ass kicked, but you're not going to get into trouble. But if you get into a physical fight with someone, or
and you use them,
then it's not just assault.
It then becomes a hate crime.
Yeah.
Because you remember Amy, right? When she says, "Oh, that's a hate crime."
Her whole fucking life is a hate crime. She's a hate crime.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sally Ann thought she was going to school me, and I was like, "Are you out of your
What the
fucking mind?"
fuck? You don't
She
live in Canada.
Googled something. She literally Googled it, and I was like, "Okay, go ahead and Google." Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant to Canadian law, but at least I knew
And
something about Canadians. You know, it's like
I was talking about the First Amendment. Like, we don't have that. We don't have, like, the First Amendment, when it talks about freedom of speech, it's a lot more wide open.
yeah,
Here
it's
in
more
Canada,
closed and narrow.
we are censored, and I mean, you can Google it and you'll see there's a ton of articles, and I mean, it's a known thing. But like I said, just saying the words is not illegal. Of course, yes, we can say these words. It's not illegal. But however, in the commission of like
A felony or something.
crime, well, any kind of like attack or a fight or anything like that, that's when, if you start throwing those words around, yeah, that's a hate crime.
And depending on its context or its usage.
Yeah. And hate crime. So if you get charged with assault is assault,
Or
it's whatever.
harassment.
Yeah, like those are, pretty low level crimes. But when you start using words like that, and it becomes, it escalates to the level of a hate crime, those are more serious crimes. Like those are more, it's more serious if it's in the, if you're using words like that.
Because here, if you get charged with a hate crime, it's not actually a crime. It's actually a sentencing enhancement. So
Okay.
if the jury finds you guilty of a hate crime, right? It's like a question to the jury. Then the judge can give you up to 5 additional years.
Yeah. Well,
so it's like,
what?
so it's like it's not like a separate act, or it's not like a criminal statute. It's just like a sentencing enhancement.
Yeah, so here it's a completely separate, like, it's like I said, if you get into a fist fight with somebody, whatever, if you assault somebody, it's okay, fine, you're gonna get charged with assault. If you're harassing or whatever, then yeah, those are crimes. Obviously, you're gonna get charged with those things. But if you start throwing those words and those things are involved within the crime, it's not just assault, it's not just harassment. Now it's a fucking hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's it's a little more serious. So yeah, but so I don't know what the fuck she thought. Like, why? Like, I've never even had it was weird the way Sally Ann came at me. It was just bizarre. And I've noticed that, like, everybody that Amy becomes friends with, it's like an initiation. She like, these people will just come at me, and I'm so used to it by now. I'm just like, when Sally Ann started that shit, I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I've never had a problem with this woman.
Bernie, here's the thing. It could be just a traffic offense, what she's talking about. You just don't know with them. They don't read the fine print on shit. You get what I'm saying? So they say it's against the law for Siren to let his dog ride in his lap while he drives.
How many times have you seen dogs' heads out the fucking windows and shit? Like,
my old dog loved that. He was in the back. She used to be in the back seat. She loved to stick her head out.
Yeah.
And she was like happy and content.
Why does Sally Ann do that? Like, they all do that. They'll watch all of us and they'll nitpick on the most ridiculous shit. We could be talking about just like a Siren and his dog. Why the fuck do they need to hear that and then bitch about it? Like, fuck off. Like, who the fuck? They're Karens. They're actual lol cows. That's what they are. And I can't take any of them seriously. 3 clause automatic, 10 years life. Wait, what?
Okay, so here we go. I'm putting that on the screen. I was listening to your election speeches. One guy wants the 3 strikes clause, the automatic 10 years life for selling or making fentanyl.
Oh, is that Polyviet. I don't know who was that. I wonder who. I haven't been watching. Oh no, it wouldn't have been him. I haven't been paying attention. Honestly, I've been so out of the fucking loop. She sucks her fucking rat's tail. That's disgusting. When rats shit and piss and they walk away,
Oh,
their tails fucking trail right through that.
isn't there?
And I,
But oh, wait a minute. Never mind.
it was gross.
I was thinking of bubonic plague. That's caused by fleas.
She probably has those too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that is fucking disgusting. I mean, I couldn't believe when I saw her doing that. I was like, I actually asked. I think it was Robbie. I was like, is that a real fucking rat? That's not. Is it? It is. It was. I was like, you dirty bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? That right there is why you don't have teeth.
They probably got knocked out for her
Yeah.
having a big mouth. It's
But if you think about it, a rat running around a house, okay, and they shit and they pee, and they're as soon as they're done, they run right through it. And then they're running all over the house. Their tails are all over the floors and everything. And you're gonna suck on that? For what reason do you need to do that? Can anybody please tell me why would anybody do that? Why?
who
Queen,
knows?
yes, she has her rats sitting on her shoulder and she sucks the fucking tails.
It was gross. I wanted to puke when I saw that.
It was so gross, right on camera.
Yeah, like it was nothing.
I don't understand that.
Does she even give her pet rats baths,
I don't even know. She was sucking the
or do they just
fucking,
stay, or do they just stay there dirty?
I don't know, but all I keep thinking of is the tail fucking running through the pee and the poo. I was like, oh god, that's
Oh, thank you
foul.
so much, Witchy, for the education. Ew, don't want those. Does anyone want those?
I don't know why she would do that. No, suck, catch me. She was like literally was in her whole mouth.
Yeah, it was in her mouth, and
Nonstop. Oh, it's fucking gross.
she looked like the evil witch of the east.
I've never seen that before.
Ew.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, I still can't get that. I still can't get that image out of my mouth when she went up
Yeah.
on Robbie's panel.
I didn't think it
Recent.
was a real rat though. I was like, that's not a real that can't be because it was just sitting there at first when I saw it. And I was like thinking, there's no fucking way I'm looking at this fucking woman, this feral bitch, sucking a it was disgusting. I couldn't. I was like, what the fuck? And then when I realized I was like, oh my God.
Yes, she did, Queen. She did it on several.
Yeah, it was a thing. I don't know why she did. I don't know if she was trying to flirt or I don't know what she was doing, but it was really fucking gross and she needs to stop.
She probably thought it would impress Robbie.
Maybe. Oh, Wendy, you would have hurled. It was really gross.
And
It was disgusting.
yeah, I saw it and I was like, ugh. It's like,
Does she still have her rats?
yeah, it should be old by now. I think it's at least a year old. I think they only lived to 2.
She has no reason to be talking about Robbie's hamsters when she's literally fucking going down on the rat.
Yeah, but she has no shame, does she?
No. Lady A.
Yeah, it's like they sit there and they only think about themselves. It's all about me, 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 me. Such selfishness.
If I ever tried to suck my cat's tail, she'd probably fucking pumpkin would absolutely scratch my face right off my head. She'd be like, "Get up the fuck off of me." She'd fight me.
I think my one Chihuahua downstairs would slap you in the face.
Yeah. No animal. Ugh, it was so. It makes me sick.
She actually does that sometimes. For real. She actually slaps you in the face with her one
Yeah.
paw.
Yeah, Coco's crazy too. Like I'll be petting her, she's just weird.
That one's Freckles. She's a slapper.
Coco will fuck me up. Like I'll be petting her and to sleep, and for no fucking reason, she just randomly will just go into attack mode and tear up my hand.
Yeah, just like I thought, Witchy. You know, I thought that was like 2 years or something on that. So I'm thinking about the brown ones. All right.
Hers are white.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Ew.
Ew, you know.
She did clean. She went down on a rat. It was disgusting. Like, my God, girl, go find your husband if you want to suck on something.
But Nikki,
Yes.
he's too busy at the gay bar.
Who?
With his friends.
Oh. Yeah.
You know, it's
It was fucking disgusting. I'm sure you'll find a clip of it out there. I mean, I'd look for it, but I can't. I'm sorry. That I cannot.
oh, that's good. That's good. That's a nice thing to know. Yeah, they really do. So do hamsters. But it's like when you see someone like Sally Ann, who's so-called in recovery.
I don't believe
Go
that.
after someone else that's struggling in recovery.
No, I don't believe she is, because I've seen her prior to when she was clean. And then when she did get clean, there was a noticeable difference. But
Yeah.
now she's back to.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't believe you're clean, Sally.
I don't think she's as bad as she was at her worst, but I definitely don't. I think she's drinking.
Yeah, me too. So go to rehab, Sally.
Because her whole personality has changed. Like, she is not, like I said, when she first got clean, I remember it was noticeable. Like, you could tell.
Yeah.
Now she's right back to fucking square one.
Yeah, because when she got clean the first time, I noticed a big difference.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, she's clean.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it, felt it. Let me give her a chance. Then I think she picked up the bottle again.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. So Sally Ann, are Sally Ann and Noodle Mash friends?
Now they are. Sally was going after her for a while until I think Mrs. B fell out.
So Sally Ann loves rats so much that she's sucking them off, but yet Noodle Mash is trying to insult Natasha by calling her a rat.
Yeah.
How does that make fucking sense?
You see the hypocrisy there?
Because you would think that Sally Ann would think a rat is something positive. So, and how the fuck is, I'm sorry, I'm confused too. I have to ask this, because I'll say this much. Fuck Natasha. She's a lot of things, but a rat? I've never known her to be like an actual fucking rat like that.
No.
Well, what the fuck are they talking about? Did they give an example?
Nope. I don't think so.
I don't know of anything. I honestly, and I mean, I remember when I first came, the first time I ever went in her chat, it was when Robbie was out in front of the Watts house, I think, and she was talking about it, and I went in there. That was the first time I ever saw her, but ever since then, I don't think I've ever seen her rat anybody out.
No. Even when she did what she did to me, Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
she never ratted out the person who gave her the false information.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard her actually rat people out. So I thought that was weird when I heard that. I was like, wait, what? You can call Natasha a lot of things, but
Natasha claimed that she got a message from somebody saying that I was the P word and I beat my mommy.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I put up what I got actually arrested for.
Did you spit at a cop?
No, I did not.
I okay.
I did
'Cause I
not even
remember
spit at a
reading that.
cop, and Amy's lying about that.
She's the one who told me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's the one that told me that.
Oh,
And I was
please.
like, "What? Like, why is that?" I mean, spitting is kind of fuck. It is disgusting, but I heard
Actually,
about.
I got that assault charge for spitting on the ground.
Oh,
There's a difference, idiots.
well, I mean, I would. I don't doubt that Natasha probably did get an email. If she said she got one, she probably did because people email her shit all the time. Because they know if they, it's the same with me, honestly. If somebody fucking sends me some information, I promise you I'm probably gonna fucking talk about it. So yeah, they
Yeah, but
probably her.
but here's the thing. Here I know that, Nikki. You know, people send me stuff all the time too, but
Yeah.
I don't always blab it out because I try to check it out.
Well,
Where
no, if I
possible.
don't know for sure, obviously, then I'm gonna make sure everybody understands. Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you something, but I don't know. So I make sure, yeah, I don't just run around saying, "Oh my God, Bill fucking ate fucking Sally Ann's pet rat." Somebody told me. I wouldn't like say it like that.
Yeah, it's like and then another time, I'm not gonna say who said this, but someone told me that
It was Amy.
another
Sure.
creator, it wasn't you, but another creator was sitting there dragging me for
I've never dragged you
15
publicly.
minutes.
I only do that privately.
Yeah, it was like dragging me for 15 minutes, and then he had a chat encouraging it.
Oh no, I
So,
don't
so,
know who
so,
that
so, so,
was.
so, I didn't take her word for it. I went over there.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I went
yeah, I
over
would.
there and took a look for myself, and it wasn't as bad as it looked.
Okay, yeah. No, I've had people to tell me that shit too, and um, I'll check that out first before or I mean, just depending who it is. If it's Amy or Retro, I'm just like, fuck them. I don't care. Like they're fucking clowns. I can't deal with schoolyard mentality, so I usually, well, very rarely, do I. I mean, it's gotten so bad that this is how obsessed that they are. They're sending poor little Retro into my chat now.
Hope.
You've been
Yeah,
there. You've seen it.
yeah. Retro is not welcome here. Oh,
No, and I feel so bad for her because she doesn't understand. Like they're literally sending, the fucking dumbest one of the bunch like in my chat to run her mouth because she don't know better.
and,
And I'm
and
like, "Oh,
because Retro can't even be truthful.
well, it's just sad though that she does these things and she doesn't get it. Like, girl,
Yeah,
you
because okay, here's the one time she was outed for her nasty behavior on another channel. All right,
mhm.
so I took a link and asked her about it. Did you do this? And she says, I know nothing about it. Now get off my panel.
Ah, okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then like several days later, then they go over it. She lied to my face.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
She lied to my damn face. So does she really have credibility after she
No.
lies like that?
No, no, she doesn't. I mean, she'll if Amy says anything to her, there's a 100% chance not only will she believe it, but she will repeat it. Like, how many times have you heard her when Amy says something, and I've heard her do this, where Amy has said something that I know literally never fucking happened, and Retro will sit there and she'll say, "Yep, yep, yep, it's true, yo. Yep, 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 yo." And I'm like, my God, like, lady, like you're old. You're like an older woman. What the fuck are you doing? Not older, like she's not fucking geriatric, but she's old enough to know better. But she just follows everything Amy says. And I'm like, oh, you are goofy and you probably shouldn't do that, but she'll learn.
Yeah, I remember the time that Amy told me one time I gotta go. My father-in-law died.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then I think a year or so later, she did it again. You get what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Her father-in-law.
Yeah, she said that her father-in-law died twice.
Okay.
And she'll be gone for a few days.
Okay.
So she doesn't know. Amy doesn't know that I caught her in several lies before. I just didn't say anything.
Oh, well, I mean, it's probably more than several.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that I couldn't tell you a time that she's ever actually told the truth without embellishing it. Like she just, I now know a lot of the things that most of the things that she told me were not true.
Yeah, the only time I took her with at face value was when she sent receipts.
You can't even trust her receipts, Bill.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Now I know that.
She's just a fucking habitual fucking liar.
Yeah, I learned not to take or so-called receipts at face value either.
No.
You know, like several months before we actually fell out, started noticing things about him, and she was hanging out with people that were causing problems. I said, what the hell? Why the hell is she over there?
Well,
Um,
she'll get in wherever she can fit in, honestly.
yeah. You want to know what I think she's trying to do? She's trying to impress her new SWAT buddies.
Well, yeah.
You were her ticket in or something. And
well, that's what she was doing with Robbie and I. I think she tried it with Amber too. Like she just, she wants to be the it girl. She wants people to believe that she's in possession of all this information. Like she just knows everything. She's got all these sources, blah blah blah. And I know what she's like. She jumps into these group chats that she creates, and she fucking, does these
throws this person in, throws that person in.
Yeah, and she's constantly fucking running, and she's always the source, always the one that has all of the information, and people believe her, and it's honestly fucking sad, because even I knew, like when I was friends with her, when she would do that to Robbie and I was like, no.
Yeah, because sometimes I have to consider the source, her source.
Well, she doesn't have a source most of the time, but these people, they don't know that. So even when she's over there talking about me, people, or Robbie for that matter, people think that, oh, she must be telling the truth because she was friends with them for so long, so she must know. No, but they'll see. They'll find out.
If she can lie about me, about simple little things, then she can lie about anything and anyone.
Mm-hmm.
She lied about you. She lied about me. She lied about Robbie.
And she's never shown one little tiny bit of proof ever. Never.
Good night.
Bye, Queen. That's another thing too, is where's her proof? Yeah. I mean, it's funny to me. It's hilarious to me when she constantly, with her stupid child, I have like no patience for anyone who has the mentality of a child, and they do. And I can't even respond at this. Like, I can't do it. And Retro's been like trying so hard lately to catch my attention, and I'm thinking, girl,
did you see your stupid memes?
I'm confused, honestly. Like, because I did see one where she said, "Why didn't you use this picture last night?" And I was like, I used that picture. That was my avatar for like a year, but I don't understand. Like, I mean, why does she have to not make any sense? Why can't she just say what the fuck she's trying to say? I don't know what she means. It was weird, but I did see them. Yeah, I saw the memes, and I'm confused. I'm just looking at them like, oh, that's, you got me there. Yeah, I'm offended. You've hurt my feelings now. I mean, it's weird. I can't respond to that, because when I look at that level of fucking mentality, to me, it's like a child. It's like I'm dealing with children, and I can't. The whole meme thing is I don't know. Some can be funny, but the shit they're doing is just bizarre. I don't understand it. It's weird.
Yeah, and Noodle's memes are like so dumb.
She doesn't, yeah, because she doesn't understand. Like, I don't think any of them actually understand the point of a meme. They're just these are not even memes. These are just fucking, like, it's like in kindergarten, like when you're doing arts and crafts. It's kind of like the digital version of that, and it's just embarrassing. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And I did, like I said, I did see Retro say something about why didn't you use this one? And I thought, what? I don't know what to say to that. Bye, Witchy.
Good night, Witchy.
I mean, it's bizarre to me because I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? What's the answer? Like, what am I supposed to what how am I supposed to answer that? I used that photo. That was an old photo that I used, and now I'm not using it. I don't understand. And
Yeah,
then they said it's filtered. It is not filtered. None of my photos are filtered. If it looks, the only reason, honestly, that I look decent, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm beautiful, but I'm just saying the only reason that I look decent is because if I stand at my front door at a certain time of the day, the sunlight's literally streaming right in my face. So that helps. And that's where I take my photos.
yeah, because Sally Ann has an issue of saying I love you.
What?
No, and she just sits there and
Who does she love?
herself. I don't think she even loves herself.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, I don't understand their humor. I don't understand the things that they think are funny. It's fucking weird to me. And
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable sometimes because when I see the things that, especially with like Noodle Mash, is I look at her memes and I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't even need to make this meme. You could have typed whatever it was you're trying to say. You could have just said that.
It's like kindergarten all over again. You stepped
Yeah.
on my foot. Now I'm gonna make a dumb meme.
Kryptonite and Cracker Jacks. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? It's not, these are
I
not.
see because the trolls during the Casey Anthony case,
Mhm.
and the back and forth fights in the groups.
Yes.
The memes were 10 times better.
Oh, yeah, well, because people, but yeah, they had a decent IQ.
Yeah, it's like at least some of the memes were funny during the back and forth fights.
There's no logic in their memes. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, you're looking at these things and you're like, what's the fucking message? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
what's the message?
Like, the one where she put my head on a little person's body on a stripper pole. I was like, oh, so okay,
I
wait.
got the message on that.
Yeah, well, am I short? That's it? That's what you're going with? Okay. All right.
No, what I got from that was they're calling you a hoe.
Oh no,
You
I'll
work-
say, I mean, yeah,
They
well, that's
worked at
fine.
a strip club. Wow, big deal. Old news.
I know, I mean, honestly,
A 10-year-old could do better than that.
that's if that's what they're going for. I thought it was because I'm short and a whore, but it could be both. But I mean, you're gonna have to. I don't know. It's not funny because it's not secret information. I mean, I've talked about it all the time. I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's like no shame. It's like, are you trying to shame Nikki for her driveway escapades?
that was fucking
Failing.
fun, and I enjoyed it. And I've said it. I'd do it again. I don't give a fuck.
I'm guilty of giving head in a driveway. So what?
You look, if they haven't done shit like that, well, then I don't know what to tell them. But I'll do it again. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of it. I'll do it in a backyard, a front yard. I don't care. Wherever I happen to be, wherever it happens to go down, it'll go down and I'll go down. I don't care. So if that's if they're trying, and they've tried to shame me with that. And I'm like, how are you going to shame with me over some shit I told you publicly, said it on my live? I'm not, I mean,
because they're desperate, probably.
it's cringy. Honestly, it's embarrassing. And like, I'm embarrassed for them if they think that they're shaming me. I'm like, I have worse stories. I've done far worse than that. One day, maybe I'll do a live stream sharing it all if I can get around the terms of service and shit. Because yes, I've done far fucking worse than that. Still not ashamed.
No, not ashamed. But some people they try to make me feel ashamed of it, and I'm not.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But hey, it's.
I'm
I
ashamed.
just always thought it was jealousy.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it's and the thing about Amy though is when you're friends with her, she'll defend you on the same shit that she'll use against you when she's mad at you.
Absolutely. She'll say, "Oh, who cares?" When you're her friend, she's getting her way and she controls you. And
Scotty actually made a video about that where she showed. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear a kitty.
She wants to go up the stairs, but she can't. I think Scotty did a video where she showed Amy freaking out on Amber and then defending Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 clips in the same video, and I'm like, yeah, that's her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and say Amy did everything that she's been accused of in the past, but she's sure.
Oh, I'll say it. She did it.
But she sure did a lot of shit.
Fuck, she's done some filthy ass shit. That bitch has done shit that nobody even knows about. I would put money on it. She's a dirty fucking bitch. And the people that she's hanging out with now, they will see. The time will come where if they're not side-eyeing her already, they fucking will. I guarantee you of that. Anybody who knows that fucking snake knows that she's a dirty fucking bitch, and she's done dirtier shit than anybody else out here.
Because ever since I met her, Nikki, she would go to the shadiest people for information.
Well, there's a reason why she's not friends. She doesn't have any friends that are that have been around for longer than a certain amount of time.
Yeah, she'd go to the shadiest people for information, and sometimes she would take their word for it.
Well, the reason that she's not friends with anybody that has been around for a long time is because all of the people that have been around for a long time already know all about that bitch. They know she's a fucking lying snake.
And then me and her would go back and forth and chat, disagreeing, because I didn't take what they said at face value.
Yeah, I didn't either. Robbie can tell you that. There was many times where Robbie would fucking be like, "Oh my god," because she would try that shit with me.
Oh yeah, she tried it with me too, and I say, "Okay, where's the proof, Amy?
Yep.
What did they show you?"
And she'd always have the same answers. I can't tell you, or they deleted it, or it's hidden.
Yeah.
Or,
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Nobody that's friends with her now, they're not asking, because all of the people that she's friends with now, all of those friendships were formed from hate bonding, and that's the only way that bitch can get friends.
Because I met her, because I actually met Amy through a mutual.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, because I was friends with this one girl for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Chris Watts case happened, I get a message from her saying, "Oh, there's 2 girls that need help." And you're
Well,
actually
that it's true. That part.
you're
Well,
actually
that it's true.
you're
That
actually good,
part.
you're good at this. This girl named Amy and this girl, I'll call her Sister Knives. You know,
Well, that is her username, but okay.
yeah, that's her username, but on YouTube. But they need help. They're getting threats from people. And it turned out that Sister Knives was wanting someone to use to get back at her enemies.
Oh, I don't think I
Yeah.
ever was. I don't. I mean, I've seen her around, but I don't like really know her.
And then
So,
went back to the people that she was wanting me to dish at. But she
well,
said
that's
she missed
Amy.
them.
Always running to people to fucking because she needs help because to dig herself out of some bullshit that she got herself into.
Yeah, but Amy and that just with the K, what they did was they were in a troll group, one of those
Mhm.
true crime troll groups,
Yeah.
and they were the biggest troublemakers in there.
Well, at least Jessica would defend herself, though. Amy would always hid behind Jessica. Always. You know, she would get Jessica. Jessica was like the mouthpiece. Like Jessica would say some shit. Amy would not. And she's doing the same
And it
thing
was
now.
like, and it was like, I'm not saying because the idiot that ran the damn group was an asshole. I'll say that,
Hmm.
and he was trouble. I got all the screenshots from that. I can prove every
Ooh.
word.
They'll
You
come in
know,
heavy.
but Amy and Jessica, they tore that place. They tore that place apart when they
So that's
gave
what
that
Amy's doing right
guy.
now. It's
Yeah,
exactly what she's doing right
they
now.
gave. Okay, they gave that guy. They made the mistake of giving that guy their full names.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, I think.
Roger.
Yeah.
So gives them their full names so they can get doxxed, right? So they come running to me for help. All right.
I'm
So
gonna run to the washroom. Keep talking. I can hear you.
okay. So they come to running me to me for help. I'm not sitting there judging them. All right. I'm not here sitting there judging them two idiots. And what do? They sit there and blame me. Oh, they want this down because the trolls don't like it. Excuse me? I'm the one there trying to help you and clean up the mess that Sister Knives made by sitting there turning on you too. And wasn't it Sister Knife? And it was Sister Knives who was sitting there going real life on Amy, causing a problem, snitching on everyone. But guess where Sister Knives is now? Back with Amy. What do you know?
Sorry, I'm listening.
I know you're. So yeah, because Amy got mad because she had to sit there and lie and manipulate just to get me to take a Facebook page down. And then she explains on her lives that, but the
Is that
trolls were
the
threatening
troll
me.
page?
What?
Are you talking about the troll page?
No, I didn't
Oh,
have a troll page. I had a memorial page for Shan Watts
oh, okay, okay, okay.
that the trolls didn't like
Oh,
because it was boycotting them. It was a page boycotting their little troll group.
I see. What the fuck is that noise? Hold on.
And it wasn't like the page was that active. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was that active. I maybe posted once a week and that was it. And I got very few comments or whatever, but the likes were up there. It was like, damn it. Why go so crazy over a Facebook page?
There's always the trolls. Always.
Yeah, she yeah, because Amy went nuts. She had a temper tantrum over not getting her way.
Oh, if she doesn't get her own way, yeah, she'll fucking lose her mind.
So I just got sick. I just got sick of hearing it. So they started blaming everything the trolls were doing on me. Oh, just because one of them messaged the page, I was being reckless. So all of a sudden,
Yeah.
And I was like screenshotting the messages and putting them in the chat. It's not like I was doing anything behind their backs or anything,
No, Amy's a control freak. Amy is a control freak. She wants to know what you're doing all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there were things I wasn't telling. And then Jessica decided to go paywall because go at me because I was sniffing her out.
Yep.
I was sniffing her out. I wasn't having her. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I was sniffing her ass out.
Well,
because Jessica and Amy doxed me.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And lied about it.
Are you talking about the police record thing?
No. What I'm talking about is they said they put a dirty link in the chat for me to click on and look at a website that one of the trolls had.
Uh-huh.
And they said that the trolls gave her the login and it had a tracker on it, which wasn't true. They manipulated that mutual friend that how I met to get my last name.
Mm-hmm.
So they ran a background. So Amy ran the background.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then Jessica just posts it right in the chat.
Oh.
Claiming. Oh, here we go.
What?
And it says, oh, here you are.
I don't even understand the point of why people do shit like that. I don't.
And it's like, you little bitch.
Well,
she thought, and then Amy sits there crying. Yeah, you know who did that. Well, it was you. You ran the report, Amy. Jessica got the name. You ran the report.
I don't know why she does that. Like why? Who cares?
Yeah, it's like I forgave Amy for running the report. You get what I'm saying, Nikki?
Yeah, but she does that on a lot of people.
But I'm sure it was, as I think back, I'm sure it was Amy's idea.
A background check? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it was Amy's idea. So she has Jessica do the dirty work.
That's what, yeah. Absolutely. I believe that. But I gotta run, actually. I just realized the fucking time. And I'm gonna go. But thank you for letting me up to explain myself.
Okay, no problem.
I'm sure we gave the trolls lots to fucking, work with.
Yeah.
They'll be clipping away. Well, fucking obsessive fangirls that they are. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for having me up, Bill. I appreciate it,
No
and I will
problem.
chat with you soon. Anybody who's listening, I see there's sort of three of you guys. Fuck you guys, because I know you're all trolls. No. All right, I am out. Bye.
Okay, so let's see here. So let's just before we go, just show a few of these stupid memes. I'm just astounded by the stupidity of these, you know. So let's go over to see these real quick. So here we go. How dumb is this? I mean, dumb. Here's another dumb one. Oh my goodness. The flip flop circus. Oh, here's one. Loot for the catfish. Reality bending nonsense in every box. May cause delusions, digital drama, and spontaneous storytelling. Okay. Loot for the catfish. There's her other meme. There's two in this set. Oh, here's one with Axe. You can't stop with Axe antagonizing. Oh, she's going after Debbie again. Okay. Here we go. Look at how dumb these are, you know? I thought you couldn't crochet for shit, Noodle. But you're now I'm showing photos that you can do it. Was that another lie? Oh. Oh, here we go. What's this supposed to mean? What's the hidden meaning between this, you know? Oh, here we go. This one's dumb. This one's even dumber. Oh, dear. This one's ridiculous. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, she needs special hooks now. You know, it's. So. All right. Last week, was hard for me. All right. Last week I had 4 dogs, 4 cute furry friends downstairs. And now I have 3. My oldest cute little boy was sick for a while. He was under the vet's care. He had a heart murmur. All right. He was put on medication for it. And he was stable for a while. All right. And then his condition got progressively worse over the last few months. All right. He started coughing, squealing. He sounded like a little bird sometimes. And I would always ask him if he was all right when he came in when I let him out, when he started to come in. Then he started getting super late for the last week. For the week before that, he started getting extra lazy, little hopping and popping. And last week, he had a lot of trouble breathing, so we had to take him to the emergency vet. All right. He was running into walls. He was losing his eyesight. It just broke my heart because he had to be put to sleep. It broke my heart. All right. I viewed him as a part of the family. He wouldn't go with just anybody. He wouldn't let my mother pick him up. Wouldn't let anyone else in the house pick him up but me. I went downstairs, found him. Thank you so much, Zen. And he chose me, all right? He chose me. I had to pick him up in a towel. And we had to take him to the vet. And all the vet can do was make him comfortable. He was getting progressively worse. And hey, it hurts. I'm getting used to him not being around. Here's my little boy, all right? He was 14 years old. We had him for 8 long years. Okay. Yeah, that's why I wasn't around for days and days. All right. I'm not like some people on this platform. All right. I'm not chained to my computer. I'm not chained to my phone. All right. I love my little babies, my little fur babies. I go downstairs and I spend time with them. All right. They want me to let them out in the backyard. They prefer me. I don't know why, but they want me to let them out in the evening. All right. Hey, they love me. All right. Thank you, Wendy, my dog. But so if any of the haters want to sit there and make memes, go right ahead. All right. At this point, you're just gonna show everyone else what low lives you are. All right. You're just gonna show everyone who you really are. Okay. So tonight wasn't about dragging Natasha. All right. I was just reviewing a clip from her live stream. All right. She was talking about Nikki. I thought it was about she made Natasha's point of view was that she thought it was over going live at the same time. And I thought that was the reason. It was pretty, in my opinion, it was pretty stupid. All right. But Nikki disagreed and I let her up to tell her side. All right. I'm sure there was more to it. I suspected. All right. Now, I will say that Natasha did say on her in that 30-minute clip that she was dropped in a group chat with Nikki and Amy and Robbie. That could have happened. We all know that Amy's what did Natasha call what did she call Amy? An information broker. So I just don't think it's fair to sit there and judge former friends of Amy who got duped. Yeah, I don't blame it. I don't blame Natasha for judging Amy because all judgment going towards Amy is duly deserved at this point. All right, it's duly deserved. And anyone that's skeptical of people that used to be friends with her, I could see that. All right, I could see anyone being skeptical. All right. But I do agree with Natasha on one point. All right. If people want to go to Natasha's chat, they're more than welcome to go over to Natasha's. All right. There's nothing me or Nikki can do to stop them. All right. It's just the facts. People shouldn't be going into Natasha's chat and calling people out for being in over at Natasha's. All right. Can people please stop that? Please. How would you like it if you had a channel and people were calling out your people in your chat saying they're in the wrong place? How would you like that? I don't think you'd like that very much. We all know how Natasha Cooper can be. All right? She can be ruthless. Absolutely. Does she go too far? Yes, she's known for it. Can she be funny and entertaining? Yes, I will admit that. I think she's one of the most controversial people we got here. All right. But I'm not going to sit here and judge people because they go over there. Sometimes people have to learn for themselves who's their friend and who's not. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to hit the road. Hope to see everyone later. So, all right. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, and a PayPal or Cash App is always appreciated, or super thanks. All right.